Welcome to the very last episode in this mini series as we wrap up the month of August. My goodness, I mean, we are approaching Labor Day weekend. It is the weekend where we have to put the white up here, at least in the South, because, we don't ever change any of these traditions. Hopefully, the weather is going to get a little bit cooler and all of these positive things are going to happen, including the fact that we are wrapping up this mini series on adding value, right? What is the fastest way to create professional success? Adding value. Well, how do we add value? Well, we just do what the organization says we need to do. We do what the organization values, right? It sounds so very simple. And yet today is all about what I call stealing shamelessly. It's one of the things that we talk about regularly here at Legend Leaders because it is so wildly and widely accepted that when we're in business, we should steal shamelessly from the ideas and the success and the patterns of other people who have gone before us, who have created a way to be successful. And yet, when it comes to our personal development, when it comes to us, especially as women, saying that, we are comfortable stealing shamelessly, quote unquote, right, from those who have gone before us, we tend to have a tough time. And so today is all about looking at what other people have done and stealing shamelessly or doing what they've done so that we can speed up our success. And so let me put it to you like this. Today, when it comes to stealing shamelessly relative to adding value, what I want to tell you is this. It may seem so simple. It's so easy for me to stand here. And you may even be saying that to yourself right now, Katrina. It is so easy for you to stand there right now and say to us and to the world, look, you just take the three components, you just make a list of what everyone else, the organization is telling you to do. You look at what you're doing, you look at what other people are doing, you do what the company says is valuable, and you've got professional success. I know it's not that simple. In some instances, it is. In some instances, there are organizations that are very good about the job descriptions. They're very good and clear about their performance reviews. They're super clear and intentional about the targets for the bonus. Everything aligns. You can easily take those three components, go do them, and you are successful in that organization. However, there are other companies, right? And there are some that no matter what you do, if you take those three components and you're doing them, you're not rewarded for that behavior. So you're taking what the company says, but what they say in the documentation versus what they're rewarding could be something different, right? They're two different things. It could be that you believe that you're performing and you're adding value based on what the company's asking you to do, yet you're not seeing the reward professionally. There's a disconnect. There's a disconnect between what the company's asking for and what the company's rewarding. There's a disconnect between what you're doing and what the company is rewarding. Something is not meshing, okay? And so when that happens, I want to challenge you to steal shamelessly. And what does that mean? That means you've got to go have conversations with people who have been successful in the organization or at least in the executive ranks doing what you're trying to do so that you can eliminate what I call the blind spots, right? Because either we're unwilling to recognize that the organization is just not being honest or fair in the way in which they're communicating what professional success looks like. They're saying it's an open book test with the documents and the components that we've talked about, but in reality, that's not what they're rewarding. And so it's really not an open book test. It's a surprise quiz and nobody knows the answer and the material hasn't been taught. And so you have no idea how to succeed. And that is a very hard organization to work within. Okay. And so there's some conversations and decisions that have to be made there. Or the other situation is that we've created our own blind spots and we think we're doing what we need to do and we think we're performing at the level that we should be. And the reality is that we're not. Okay. At the end of the day, we've got to add value. If we're going to be an irreplaceable asset, if we're going to be valuable to the organization and be successful, then we have to add value in the way in which the organization defines it. How do we do that? Well, we've got to clearly understand what the organization wants from us, and we've got to do those functions. Those are the two things that must happen. And so when there's misalignment, we've got to understand where that's coming from, and we've got to clear it up so that we can then perform. So what I want to challenge you to do is, I always say this, right? You've got to find a mentor. You have to connect with someone who's been there, done that. Either inside of your organization, if you feel comfortable connecting with someone inside of your organization, or someone outside of your organization. But either way, do not do this alone. Go and learn from someone who's been successful. Learn the questions to ask. Learn the components. Learn the strategies. Put all these things together and start generating results. Focus on being the asset that you are so capable of being. You've just got to clear up the gray, right? The muddy water. And you got to make it black and white. This is what the company needs. This is how I do it. When you have those two pieces and it's super clear, and you can go execute on that, and you are executing on that, you will succeed. That is the recipe for success. But if there's some gray there and you're unsure how to clear it up, you have to have someone who can help you do that. Now, you already know, right? Because I talk about it all the time. Here at Legend Leaders, we have a program that will help you eliminate all of that gray and help you succeed in 60 days. You will be generating executive level success, consistent performance results, adding value at the level the company expects you to add value in 60 days. If that is beneficial to you, send me a note. Let's talk through it, schedule some time on my calendar. But either way, whether it's with me, whether it's with someone else, the bottom line is clear up and still shamelessly, okay? Clear up any misconception, eliminate the blind spots, connect with someone who can help you add value so that you can succeed. That's all I care about. That's what I want from you. Go do that this week. Do not delay. Your career depends on it, okay? So don't avoid it. Your career depends on it. Go get the answers that you need absolutely right now. Do not delay. Reach out. As soon as this podcast ends, send an email, send a text, book a call, do whatever you need to do, but connect with someone and let's get you moving down the path of success. And maybe you're already there, but let's reconfirm that that's where you are, right? Let's not leave it to chance. Let's not be guessing. Let's know it. As always, go and be legendary.